In today's tutorial, we're going to be making a padded hip tight that enhances your shape naturally. I'm going to be walking you through how to cut it, how to sew, and how to pad step by step, even if you're a beginner. It's going to look perfect, it's going to blend naturally under your clothes, and it's going to look completely like your natural hip. So let's get to class. So welcome back to class. This is the part 2 of our tutorial on how to cut a padded hip tight that looks very natural. Okay, so we if you have not seen the first video, I'm going to be linking it in the comment section or in the description below. Okay, so check for the link in any of these two places. All right, so we've already cut out the pattern for this padded hip tight. we're just going to be piecing it together, creating the hip pads, and we're going to be attaching the hip pad and all of that in this video. So the first thing, when I posted the sewing tutorial, the cutting tutorial, sorry, some of you said you didn't see or understand how I did the placement for the placement of the patterns on the fabric. So what I did was to place it on the fabric. This horizontal part, okay, is the stretchy part. That is, the width is the stretchy part. The way I place this ruler now, I place it along the stretchy part. You get that? All right. So that the place that is non-stretchy will be the vertical measurements. I hope you get that. So that part, that the most stretchy part, the part that is drawing the most, that's what I mean by stretchy. The part that is drawing out the most is the part you place along that your hip line. You get that? So that when you wear it, your hip will stretch it and it would, have that fitted effect. That's why you are using lycra. And then I extended the length of the hem, that's the end of the short, by 1 inch. This is so that I can fold it in. I hope you get that. So this is where we stopped from the last one. We had already trimmed out our parts. Remember, we had to trim in 1.5 inch round. We trimmed it out. I showed you how to do this trimming in our previous video, the first video. And then we are trimming only the centers. The side, front and side back is not trimmed. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to place your hairstay or cloth gum over the two parts. If you notice how I place this, I place it the side front facing the side back, up facing up, down facing down. Whatever you use to identify the up. Remember, I used pin to identify my own up. Okay, so up facing of the front facing the up face of the back. Okay, and this side facing side. You see the way I placed it? This is very important. Make sure you place your own like this, so that you keep identifying where the side is. Also observe that I gave space in between the two foams. That space is very important, so that when you iron it, the hairstay will close up. You will see it as when I iron mine. I'm using a dry iron, so I poured water. I have this can that I just opened. If you have a spray bottle, good. If you don't have a spray bottle, just get a regular bottle, puncture the cover, and that is your spray bottle. Okay, so that's what I use as my spray bottle. And then I will iron this. I will iron the hairstay very well. Add enough water so that it will activate the gum of the cloth gum or hairstay. So iron it very, very well. Okay, so once I'm done ironing, I'm going to flip it over to the front. Okay, and then I'm going to use the hairstay also to cover it up. See the way I'm just covering it up. Make sure there is still space. The way there is space in between the two foams. Make sure there is space at the end, especially at that part that you folded, that folded part, the part you folded to cover it. Make sure there is still space. Okay, so that when you iron this, every part of the cup will be sealed by the gums, the hemming gum. Sorry, not hemming gum now, the cloth gum or the hairstay. You understand that? So I'm going to iron this in such a way that it should close up. When you're ironing, you understand what I'm saying. That is, the gum on the cloth gum under should come together to gum with the cloth gum on top. I hope that made sense. Please, if you understood what I'm saying, just tell me I understand in the comment section. And if there is a better way to explain it, help me to type it in the comment section, okay? So that other persons can read it and understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I want the two gums to marry each other. Okay, so that it will seal up the mouth. I'm still going to sew around it though, but it's usually nice if it's already sealed before you start sewing around it. It gives you that finished effect. Make sure you want to wear it. You want it to look natural when you wear it. You don't want any part to be poking out. Then you will cut it out, leaving at least ½ inch allowance around it. When you're done sewing, you will still cut out the ½ inch, but just leave that ½ inch. Then you will still mark your up. Okay, now I remember I pinned the upper part of my own, so that part that I have pin, I marked my up. I will now remove the pin. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for the other side. Now I've cut it out, leaving ½ inch. You see the way it's looking very fine and well finished. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, then I'm going to go to the sewing machine now and sew round. Like I said, you're going to sew round very close to the end of your foam. I'm going to sew round, but I'm not going to sew towards that end that I did not trim. I'm not going to sew that side, the two sides. If you notice, I didn't sew the two sides, and I went over it 2 times. Okay, I didn't sew. Note, I didn't sew the part we are going to join now. I didn't sew on that part. The side, front and side back, I didn't sew on that part. So now I'm going to be joining it. Note how you are joining it. You see, I made a mistake when I was placing this, so don't make the mistake. I had to check it and then bring the right part. The side you trimmed is going to be facing up, and it's going to be the side you trimmed for the back and the side you trimmed for the front. The upper part of the front is going to be together with the upper part of the back, and then you will now place it wrong side facing each other. The side you are going to be sewing that will have the sew line is the part that you trimmed. Note this. That part that you trimmed out, you've already covered it with your hairstay, but you will still be feeling that part that is rough. That's the part you're going to join. And as you are joining this, make sure that you are sewing in a little bit of your foam. A little bit of your foam. Just be making sure that you are getting a little bit of your foam. Okay, just to give it that smooth flow. You're not sewing only on the hairstay, that excess hairstay. A little bit of your foam should enter what you're sewing. And if you flip it open like this and you see that there is a part that is puckering, you will flip it back and you will notice that part. You will see that there is a little place you made a mistake. So all you need to do is just to straighten it out. That's what I did. Now you see the way it's relaxed. Okay, see, I'm telling you everything I'm doing. I'm not going to, do something and then I'll come back and tell you, oh, I didn't do that. No. If you make a mistake, just correct it. And spilling all the tea, there is no need to hide anything from you guys. Even the professionals make mistakes. Okay, so I'm showing you guys everything I'm doing. All right. Okay, so now we're going to be joining the shorts. I did that for the foam on both sides. So that was just an example of how I did the foam. So go and do your foam and we'll be back. Okay. Now for this back, you know that I added zipper allowance, but I'm not using the zip. And remember we added 0.75 along after that box. Okay. So I'm going to mark that 0.75 and mark it to the crotch. And then I'm going to take out what the extension I made for the zip allowance. I'm going to sew along that extension. You get that all the way to the crotch. You see what I'm doing? Just look closely to what I'm doing, even if you didn't understand what I said. Okay, so I'm sewing all the way to the crotch. You see that now? Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to cut out this zip extension. I don't need it because I'm not adding zip. Okay, I just did that zip extension stuff so that those that are using crepe will know what to do if they're adding zip. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is this is for the back. The next thing we're going to do now is to add the front side. You are not going to sew the crotch of the front. Okay, you're just joining the sides, and you're going to join with 1 inch on both sides. You get that now? So I'm just joining the side now, and I'm joining 1 inch of both sides. Okay, now if you're seeing this channel for the first time and you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We post wonderful sewing tutorials to ensure that you become a professional here at Perfect Glamour Fashion Academy. Okay, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's right there in front of you. Hit that subscribe button so that you will see us again, and then hit the notification bell so that once we post another video, you will be the first to be notified. Okay, also, if you are an OG, I appreciate you all. You all know that I love you guys. Okay, all right, so we also have our corset class that is ongoing, our cupped corset class. Well, there we're going to teach you how to make a corset like a professional. If you are interested in joining that class, it's a very detailed class. Imagine how detailed this free class is. Now imagine the paid class. The class is going for just 15,000 naira. And if you want to be a part of that class, just comment I'm interested in the comment section. I will also be posting my WhatsApp link so that you can just click on the link and it will bring you to my WhatsApp DM, and then we will talk from there. You would be given the payment details to register for the class. You get that, and you will join the class immediately. It's on Telegram, so you have lifetime access to the class, and you have an interaction group where you can ask questions in case you get confused. Okay, so what I did was just to trim out the excess from the foam. Okay, now it's time to attach the foam. I want you to watch closely how I do this. Remember, we came down by 1.5 inch from the tip of the foam while we were cutting it. Okay, so we'll come down by that 1.5 inch again, and then we'll place our foam. Now the side that you joined is going to be facing you. Whereas the side that is not joined is going to be facing the fabric. You see that now? You will pin that down. Then you are going to stretch down your fabric. You're not going to draw it so much. Don't draw it so much. Just make sure you're placing it like there is no folding. Okay, so place it along that one. You're going to open up that 1 inch sewing allowance. You will open it up, and then you will place your foam. Just watch how I'm doing it. You see what to do. You know, stretch it open. Just don't drag it. Just make sure it is properly laid. You see that, and then you will pin it down. You see what I'm doing? Make sure it's properly laid, and then you pin it down. When you've done that, then for the front, don't stretch this too much, but just stretch it out though, but not too much. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Stretch it out and pin. For the front part, stretch out and pin, but don't like drag it so much. It's going to retract and it's not going to look good. So stretch it out, make sure that it's not too free, and then pin it. Make sure it's looking smooth. There is no excess fabric. You get that now? You see what I'm doing? Just stretch it out a bit and pin. Stretch it out a bit and pin. Okay, you're going to do that round the foam. I'm doing the same thing for the back. You're going to, I'm just dragging it to see how much stretched it's supposed to be. You get that? So stretch it out and pin. Stretch it out and pin, but don't drag it so much. I think that's just the instruction around this. So you're going to pin it all the way round. Okay, also, if you're watching this and you are a fashion designer and you are doing fashion business, okay, you're not just doing for yourself, then you need to join my channel membership, because here on this channel I post fashion business tips that are just exclusive for our members. Okay, so click that join button, join the membership, become a member of this channel. You'll be getting exclusive videos and posts that is only shown to our channel members. Now back to our shorts. You are going to sew along the sew line that you used to join the front with the back. You're going to sew along it. Okay, at this point my thread cut, and this can be really annoying. All right, so you will sew around it. Then you will now sew around along that place, that two lines you sewed when we were starting to attach the, to work on the foams. Okay, you're going to sew along those two lines, and you will notice that as I'm sewing, I'm stretching it out. I'm stretching out and sewing. I'll stretch out and sew. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Stretch it out and sew. You can even remove the pin. You see the way this pin is like is gathering together down there. I had to remove the pin, and then I stretched it out and sew. Remove the pin, stretch it out, sew. You get that? The pin is supposed to be a guide. So remove the pin, stretch it out and sew. You get that now? Yeah, that's what I would keep doing until I've gone round. I'll do it on both sides of the foam. You get that? You see how it's looking now? What I'll just do is to remove these pins and I'm ready. You see how it is? My hip pad is almost ready. You see that? So the next thing we're going to be doing is to join the crotch for the front. Now, if you have not liked this video to this extent at this point, I don't know what you're waiting for. Give this video a thumbs up. I know you are enjoying the video. Yes. Yeah, I know you're enjoying the video. Give it a thumbs up. It tells the algorithm that we are delivering value and it sends it to other fashion designers that might need this video. So give it a thumbs up, okay? All right, so I'm done joining the crotch of the front now. Once I'm done joining, what I also like to do is to double stitch the ending part of the crotch. Okay, this makes sure that it doesn't tear, because it's a very clinging, it's a tight, so it will be clinging. You want to double stitch on those cross that crosses through the legs. You get that? So now I'm going to join the down part. I'm now going to join the down part all the way around from one leg through the crotch to the other leg. And remember to double stitch or like go back and forth around that joining area, around the crotch area. Okay, I'm now going over to the other leg. Now I want to state this clearly. When you are done making this, okay, now there's something called fabric behavior. Sometimes some lycra fabrics can be really stretchy. It can stretch so much that it will lose the measurements with which you used to make it. So if you finish making this and it looks too big, all you need to do is to come back here and take another sew line. That is, if you had sewn with 1/2 inch, go in again by another 1/2 inch or go in again by another 1 inch, round it. What you want to achieve is a tight grip on your skin to make sure that the foam is not going to be moving or shaking around. You get that now? Okay, so I don't even want you to get freaked out if yours doesn't hold your body that much. It could be because your lycra is too stretchy. Okay, now for the waistband, what I did was to measure my waist round, and then I took out 3 inches from my waist. So my waist minus 3 inches, that's the length I will use to cut the band. So your waist minus 3 to 4 inches, depending on how tight. If you want to be snatched, okay, with the band of the tape, you can now take maybe 4 to 5 inches. So your round waist, your waist circumference minus 3 to 4 inches. I think I ended up using 4 inches. So I did my waist minus 4 inches. All right. So now you are going to place that tape on each other. The open tape, the open part of the band, I've been calling it tape, I'm so sorry. The open part of the band on each other, I will sew it, okay? And then I will come in on the other side and flip it. When I flip it, I will now sew it again. You see that? So I overlapped it by 1/2 inch. So I sewed on the first 1/2 inch, came like I formed like a triangle. You get that? This is going to make it stand very firm. I hope you can see it. This make it stand very firm. So now that I've gotten my round tape, I'm just going to find a way to make sure that I distribute it evenly around the band. So I found my midpoint. I placed it on a midpoint, either the front or the back. The other midpoint also, I'll place it at the midpoint of either the front and the back. Then I will find the midpoint of the other side, place it, and then you will notice that after placing this, I have to remove it and replace it because the front is shorter than the back. You see that? So if I place it like this, the back will be gathering. So I have to open it again and replace it. I hope you get that. So it's not difficult. Like I said before, if yours is not holding you very well, go and work on it. Like sew half inch in or 1 inch into it again. That's what I did. Mine wasn't giving me the grip I wanted. So I went in by half inch again and sew this round. So what I'm doing now, I'm cutting out the excess that I have from sewing it round. Did you understand that? Please, if you understand, tell me in the comment section. Just type I understand so that I know that you are following. Okay? All right, so I've gone ahead to reattach. I'm trying to use my pin to reattach my band. So I'm attaching my band so that in such a way that the band will go evenly round my waist. Like I explained before, once you attach the center front and center back, the back joining and front joining, then the rest of the band, you want to make sure that it goes evenly round the waistline. I hope that made sense. Okay. All right. Remember, if you have any question, I'm down there in the comment section to answer all of your questions. So if you have any question, don't feel shy. Just ask me. I'll answer. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sew round the band, and that is really it for our padded hip tights. You see that now? Very simple, very easy to do. So tell me in the comment section, are you going to be trying out this hip tight? And if you do try it out, please let me know. Okay? I want to see how yours came out looking. All right?